There it is. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Arm Wrestling Tonight. This is Hollywood Matt Connelly with the double biceps. It is in the contract a legal requirement every single time we appear on camera. We are appearing on camera right this minute. The man to my lefty-righty, it's changed today. It's depending on which side of the screen you're looking at. It's the co-host, the co-founder, the co-breather of air, the co-wearer of clothes in this very room. It is the master of disaster, the king of sting, the count of Monte Cristo. It is Thunderlips, the ultimate male. It is the Siberian bull. It is your friend and mine, the winner of the Dave Stockbridge of the Year award, the illustrious award held by the illustrious man with the illustrious beard. It is none other than Dave Stockbridge.
Oh, well, thank you very much for that very warm welcome. As always, Hollywood back on late. It's been a big 24 hours in AWE. The last 24 hours has been maybe the biggest 24 hours in AWE history. Why? Because they're the most recent 24 hours. So we've had many announcements over the last few days, and so we've had Lachlan Adair. That's been the big announcement for this week, up against Brett Coots for the left-hand Oceanic title, which is absolutely huge. This is the return of Lachlan Adair to AWE, and it will be on the 22nd of June at the Adelaide Oval. If you want to see it live, you can still do so. You can buy tickets at diamondbackfc.com. So head over there if you want to see this event live, but as a very, very special guest to all of the AWE fans around the country and around the world, we will be releasing this matchup on Wednesday in a 1 hour special AWE presentation so that you can savor every moment as though you were there live. And of course, Brett Coots, Mateo Rungi, the Beast, Heather Morris will be throwing it down for the AWE Intercontinental Belt. This is the newly issued AWE Intercontinental Belt. This is Mateo Rungi's third attempt at securing this belt, having been the original holder of the belt and having attempted to defend the belt against Todd Hutchings, losing in an absolute war at AWE 2. So this is Mateo Rungi's return to the stage at AWE in order to secure what was formerly his. And of course, Brett Coots looking to add 3 belts to his name and 2 to his shoulders, 1 around the waist. That's what Brett Coots can do on the 22nd of June. So lots and lots of news coming out of AWE headquarters over the last several days. And just to whet your appetites a little bit, tonight we are going to review a match between Mateo Rungi, Heather Morris, and Ryan Bowen. This is where Mateo Rungi secured the Intercontinental belt the first time. So we're going to step through the lineage of this belt, but also we're going to review Mateo Rungi's performance against Ryan Bowen, and then compare that against Brett Coots's efforts against Ryan Bowen over recent times, and see if there's anything that we can draw from that in order to maybe more boldly predict who will be the Intercontinental champion come the 22nd of June. Of course, this matchup was now nearly 2.5 years ago. It was February 2023. We were just coming out of, is that right? 23 or 22?
It's whatever you said.
Yeah, I would say February 2023. AWE 2 being in July 2023. So this is 2023. So this is a different version of Ryan Bowen to what we might have seen 18 months ago, but very similar to the version of Ryan Bowen that you might see today. So Ryan Bowen, having gone through that journey, this is really his return to the big stage, having lost to Coach Ray at a much lower weight. He decided at that point he was going to start to get very serious about doing compound movements in the gym and putting on some serious muscle, whereas before he was only into the arm wrestling specific movements, and a big proponent of specificity in arm wrestling training. But it was in the months leading up to this event that Ryan had changed his training regime to incorporate more traditional powerlifting style movements, and really, Ryan had a few opponents to prepare for in the lead up to this matchup. Mateo Rungi was not the first opponent that we had lined up. He essentially stepped in almost at the last moment. We had originally Chance Shaw was to be Ryan's opponent, and then Chance suffered an injury in the lead up to this event in his preparation. And then there was some rumours that maybe Monster Michael Todd might make his way over for this one. And even other names like Todd Hutchings were discussed at the time. And as time grew nearer, the big man from New Zealand was the one that returned the calls and said he'd hop on a plane and make his way over to secure the belt. And I will say that Ryan Bowen was supremely confident coming into this. This was the biggest version of Ryan Bowen I think we'd seen to date. He was I think he weighed in officially at 108 kilograms. And of course, that paled in comparison to Mateo Rangi's 160 odd kilos. I think it was 161, 162 on this occasion, which is still significantly lighter than the weight he will carry into his upcoming title match. Is rumored to be sitting around 175 as of now. So that sets the scene for you here. This is AEWE 1 and Ryan Bowen versus Mateo Rungi, the Beast, Heather Morris.
Absolutely. Oh, here we go. We'll kick things off here. So this is opening round. Tim Graham is the referee. He did a tremendous job and has continued to do a fantastic job for us at the AWE. They're in the straps here. So we're going to get the start. It's a slow start. And you can see here that Ryan's almost in a low hand top roll position. Mato Warangi looks very comfortable there, although he doesn't have a fantastic grip of Ryan's hand. You can see his fingertips are only just around the edge of Ryan's hand there, which may come into play here. Let's have a look at what happens throughout the round. So you can see there, it's a subtle movement, but Mato Warangi actually pulled Ryan back about 2 inches there. I don't know if you can really see it because it was a slow movement. It's almost like he stepped backwards and Ryan's hand went with him. So you see on this start here, so right here, the back pressure is going to come from Mato Warangi. Have a look at this. He drags Ryan. Look at it. His elbow's right at the back of the pad now. And Ryan's hand has gone from sitting around here. And now he's all the way in the center, even past the center. So Ryan wants to be over here. Mato Warangi has pulled him all the way to his side of the table.
And almost at precisely the moment where it seems Ryan's attempted to top roll. So it seems that Ryan is just started to lurch over and started to try and get some pronation and was blocked immediately and was pulled back out of that position.
Absolutely. You can see Ryan's trying to sort of find as much purchase as he can. His elbow's right on the edge of the pad here. And Mato Warangi is getting a further grip around Ryan's hand here now. Ryan taking a deep breath. He's going to try to surge here. But Mato Warangi is the one who surges. Ryan having to play defense here. Which he does. He surges. Mato Warangi catches it. A lot of back and forth. Good back pressure. It's the positioning of Mato Warangi that gets him through there. You can see he gets the pin, but it was all based on that very first back pressure movement. You see where Ryan is here. He's in the center. He's in a good spot right there, and he's not in a bad spot there either. It's this subtle movement right there that Mato Warangi pulls him back, and now the rest of the round, Ryan is out of position. He has extended. His arm is back like this instead of like this. Right there is nowhere near as strong as when you're in this position and you can access all of your body weight. So that is what Mato Warangi did at the start of this round, and that is what caused him to get this pin. Ryan using his very dominant pronation to hold in that position. He never really loses his wrist, but it's kicking back a little bit there, and that is where Mato Warangi gets through for the pin in that first round.
Yeah, you can see Ryan's game plan was definitely top roll off the start, and maybe if he came off the start with a bit more urgency, he might have just got that vital inch or so that he needed on the right side of the table. But unfortunately, that slow start, as you alluded to at the top, was just enough for Mato Warangi to get himself into a position and to apply that back pressure, which really did nullify Ryan's ability to get any purchase on the top roll.
Absolutely, yeah. So we're going the second round here. So it was first to four. This is a 1-0 lead for Hedda Morris here. So we're going into the second round, and we'll see what happens. Ben Ettridge's hand is in the way, but we've got a big hit from Ryan Bowen, which blasts Matawaringi's elbow off of the pad, and he puts it straight back on, which is fine in AW rules. If it pops straight off and pops straight back on again, then we won't call that as a foul. But he's managed to catch Ryan's big hit here fairly comfortably. I mean, it's a fairly way off the pin pad there, but let's have a look how it plays out. Ryan re-gripping.
And that's really Ryan's table IQ there, isn't it? He really sprung off the line in a way that perhaps he should have done in that first round, so he learned his lesson, and he came in strong right there, right off the start. But Matarangi, he's a defensive puller, and so he's quite happy to give his opponent some purchase off the line, and he's quite happy to sit back and then reset and start to climb and apply his own pressures from there. And that's what we're starting to see play out now.
Absolutely, yeah. It's almost, it's not quite Michael Todd-esque, but it is that open hand top roll that Matarangi is utilizing, where off the start he is sort of kicking into this position. As long as he keeps that pronation in his wrist, then he's fine. You can see that when I play that again, that hit from Ryan pushes him to the side, but he drops into this and keeps that wrist pronated, which is the key to him being able to defend against Ryan's hit. So let's have a look at that again. So big hit from Ryan. Watch Matawaringi drop back and away. See, even though his elbow did drop off the pad for a second, Ryan, recognizing he can't get through at that point, he brings it back to the center and gets height with his arm, brings his elbow forwards, gets his arm very vertical, and he regrips over the top of Matawaringi.
Yeah, the beast really did absorb that hit there very, very comfortably, and you can almost see that in the expression of his face right now. He's taking that, let's just wait and see where this goes approach, and maybe if Ryan stays there for more than a few seconds, I'm going to have everything I need, because he might just gas right there.
Yeah, that is the danger of fighting against the open top roll in that position. So Ryan is not in a bad spot there. They're both sort of in the center. He's pulled it a little bit to his side of the table. Matawaringi looking very comfortable, very relaxed there. He's holding that hit from Ryan. He's going to hit himself. Ryan catching it in his king's move. Matawaringi transitioning to a press, and he gets called as a pin.
Yeah.
Oh, it came off the front, but we didn't see that. we did have the challenge replay stuff. That's one of the AWE differences, is that the athletes can question any call, and we will review it right there on the spot. So round 3, you can see it was another strange sort of slow start. I believe Tim was getting them in position, then he was stepping back and then calling go. So it may look a little strange, like they're both sort of sitting there not doing anything, but they're waiting for the go from Tim. But I think it did throw off a couple of the athletes trying to time when they were going to hit. We're so used to the referee sort of having their hands there and seeing them actually, release their hands. Whereas when Tim was standing back and you're standing there with your opponent, it's like, go, you're like, oh, right. So let's have a look here. So round 3. So Hedda Morris is up 2-0. Let's see if it plays the same way. Yeah, Ryan trying to top roll, trying to press. He's lost his wrist now. Matawaringi has a dominant position. Ryan trying to get his shoulder behind. He's too far away from his hand. Matawaringi.
And this is where we really see Ryan dig deep. Ryan could have just let that go at any time, and he hung in there. And some might say he hung in there, a little longer than what he should have done. But that was a perilous position. But Ryan just gave no quarter. He held on there, and I think he was hoping that that Matawaringi might just be getting a little bit taxed, and if he could just inflict a little bit of damage, maybe catch his cardio a little bit, then he would give himself the room for a comeback in the later rounds. So I think that was Ryan's bet, but you can actually see all the blood and the pressure in Ryan's forearm in that shot as it accumulates, as all of that pressure is applied by Mato Irangi, as he's got all the hand that he needs and is only millimeters away from the pin pad.
Absolutely. So Ryan, you could see the game plan he had there off the start. It was a very traditional top roller game plan where you're going to hit into position and then transition to a press. So your hit for your first initial blast of your top roll might get you 3/4 of the way of where you need to go, which is what has happened in the first 2 rounds with Matawarengi. He sort of got that 3/4 point, and that's where Matawarengi's been catching him. So you can see he hits hard, and then he immediately transitions for this press, but he transitions for the press a little too high, and his wrist gets compromised and buckled back, and then he's sort of in a flop wrist position for the rest of the round, and he can't get his shoulder in line. And once you've lost your wrist, especially against like Matawarengi, it's like you ain't giving it back to you for free.
We have seen Ryan come back from that quite awkward-looking position in other super matches. Mazahir Saidou's match is one that comes to mind, where he really was able to hang in there long enough in that position to exhaust his opponent and set himself up. So this is Ryan trying to find answers to Matawarengi's power at this very early stage, and trying to see if there's a chance where he can inflict enough damage or perhaps eat into his much larger opponent's cardio just enough to give himself an edge, so that in the ensuing rounds he can follow through and maybe pick up a pin or two and put himself back into contention.
Yeah, I think, but in between rounds, Ryan was on the phone to Lachlan Adair, and I do believe Lachlan said you need to press, you need to change what you're doing, and you need to go for a press. I believe that's what happened. I might be wrong, but but you can see that was something that Ryan did try to implement in that round. Let's have a look at it again. So off that start, you'll see Ryan hit for that top roll and then immediately transition for that press. So right here he hits, but he doesn't quite get Matawarengi very far down. The previous 2 rounds, he really brought him probably 3/4 of the way. That he only got maybe 1/4. So when he transitions for this press movement, you can see right here, his wrist immediately buckled underneath.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan, what I do like about Ryan is that he will make these adjustments very, very quickly. So very, very quickly there, he realized I'm not succeeding here with this top roll. As a matter of fact, it's diminishing returns. The more I try with this top roll off the start, the less I'm getting now, and transition very, very quickly into that press. And although that was not ultimately a winning move in that round, it would have given him some kind of sense that, okay, a new strategy is needed. And one thing I will say, we always see a different version of Ryan Bowen, and over the last few years, we've seen downsized Ryan, we've seen bloated Ryan, we've seen lean Ryan, we now got muscular Ryan, but I think this might be the very best version of his beard that we've ever seen on display right here. This is peak Ryan's beard. So good facial hair on both sides of the table, all sides, if you include Tim Graham, of course. It was a good day. It was very, very good. Even the cameraman, yeah, indeed. It was a good day for facial hair.
But then you got Jamie in the background. He's got nothing. He's behind the camera.
Jamie, just you're
going to ruin it all for us, Jamie. All right, so we're up 3-0 here. Ryan Bowen, this is AWE 1. It is first to 4. Ryan needs to make some big changes. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I think his pronation is just gone at that point. Header Morris rolling through Ryan there. He's holding on strong. He's framing quite nicely, but he's just getting outpowered. And his wrist is buckled back a bit here now. He's brought back for a press, a very painful looking press. Oh God!
Look at this! Look at this! This is Ryan just trying, and I mean, very, very. The strap is loosening here. And,
Oh, we get a
Yeah.
restart because the strap actually came apart.
Yeah, yeah, huge pressure there. And Ryan would have felt he was so close there. You can see that you can almost see the disappointment in Ryan's face there, whereas he felt that was maybe his best chance. And maybe a loose strap is exactly what Ryan needed here to be able to just have something to hold on to so he could get that positioning he needed. But again, this is where we see Ryan in this very, very awkward defensive position. But this is very reminiscent of his matchup with Mazahir Saidu, where but Ryan was able just to hold on a little bit more in that position and ultimately come out victorious. But Ryan's able to hold on to an enormous amount of pressure in that very, very awkward position.
Absolutely. There's strange looking men on TV at the moment. Beards galore at the moment. And that was Mata Wuringi winning the AWE Intercontinental title. Fantastic job there. He is going for that again at the June 22nd event at Diamondback Fighting Championship. It's going to be an absolute war. He's going up against Brett Coots on the right hand. We've also got another match of Lachlan Adair versus Brett Coots on the left hand, which there's a lot of people that are not sure how that match is going to go, but we're very excited to see it.
Yeah, yeah, it's and tomorrow night we'll be delving back into the AWE archives to see how it was that Brett Coots handled Ryan Bowen. Ryan Bowen very much being the benchmark here, and so we're delving into the AWE archives. We're going to see how it is that both of these men have shaped up against Ryan Bowen. And ultimately try and extract from that some sense as to what might well happen. Now, if you talk to both men, both Brett and Matearangi, they are going to tell you that they are in their peak condition. Both men are reporting this has been their very best preparation ever for a super match. A lot of the footage you'll see of Brett against Ryan tomorrow night will be in a tournament format, of course. So Brett, to my recollection, has not competed against Ryan in a super match at AWE. So it would have been in that tournament format, but we do have several examples, and so we're going to get a sense as to how both men attacked Ryan. We're also going to get a strong sense as to how Ryan's, how both men ultimately prevailed over Ryan, but which man did it easier? Which man do you have your money on the 22nd in terms of taking the other one out? So yeah, very, very interesting. We will be reviewing those matches or those rounds of AWE events involving Brett Coots and Ryan Bowen tomorrow night.
Absolutely, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, and there is these matches are just going to be incredible. I mean, half the fun of doing this from the promotion side is putting matches together that you actually want to see yourself. It's like, oh, I want to see that so much, and so we're very excited to see how these matches are going to play out. And yeah, Lachlan is the question mark there because we haven't seen him compete on left for quite a while, so we're not sure what level he's at. We've seen Brett compete most recently against Rickard Bourneman in an absolute war, and we know that Brett is known for a savage left hand, and so him going up against Lachlan, it's a very big question mark. And from what I've seen of the poll results, they're almost 50-50 across the board from everyone that I've seen. Most people not sure which way to go, and it seems to be the trend at the moment that this match is incredibly close.
Very, very close. Too close for me to put my money on, that's for sure. And I absolutely cannot wait because we are seeing the very best version of both men on the 22nd of June. And so if you do want to be there in person, once again, you can be. You can buy your tickets from Diamondback FC, and you'll also get yourself 5 hours of combat sports action for your money, as well as these two massive super matches. So here, if you're in Australia, then you'll need to make your way to Adelaide, and the 22nd of June is a Sunday. So be prepared to let the boss know you might be a little bit late on Monday morning, but this is going to be an epic matchup. And of course, as we mentioned at the top, and if you're just joining us in the chat now, you can watch this as a feature presentation, both matches on the AWE channel on Wednesday after the event. So certainly stay tuned. We'll be premiering that, and hoping that you'll jump on and make sure that you get the notification so that you can watch it almost like you were there live yourself. So we'll look forward to bringing you that, as well as a little preview to that in the hour or so leading up to the premiere.
I'm generally really excited to see these matches. And I legitimately can't pick a winner out of Lachlan and Brett. It's like it's that close. And I think that's always the best matches when you can't pick a winner. It's like I don't know what's going to happen. They've both got incredible skill sets, experience, and they're both huge. They're both incredibly powerful, technical. They know what they're doing. I don't know who's got the advantage. It's unbelievable. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Should we head to the comments, Matt?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll just say goodbye to Phil Woody here, who's heading off. He is over in the UK. I don't need to write that anymore. I've said it. Oh, he did. He was the first person in, actually. He says, the stock and Hollywood. Good day, gentlemen. Always good to see you, Phil. Siren French McGee has jumped in. She says that she's so keen for the 22nd, and so does Salvatore. He also says the 22nd is going to be a blast. Sal being one of the members of the SA Titans Club as well. He's been doing good things in the club there. And David Jansen's here. He has a podcast over in Canada. He says, morning, gents. Always good to see you, David. Cobus Prinz is here. He says, good day, guys. So good to get you on a live stream again. And he says that he got his AWE shirt this week, which is fantastic. And he says, I got mine from my brother that is in Brett Klutz's club. And it's signed as well.
Oh,
which is
very
incredible.
good.
Very good. He's very hyped
I don't know
about
if you'd
that.
be wearing that or framing it and putting it up in the pool room.
That's the funny thing, because I got a shirt when I was in Vegas, and I was like, I love this shirt. It's great. Happy to buy it. And then I got Tito Ortiz to sign it. And then I got a couple of the fighters to sign it. And I'm like, I can't wear it now. So it is framed. It's like it's framed with the signatures. And I'm like, I never wore that. So that's a tip. If you're gonna get a shirt signed, don't be one that you want to wear. Cobra says Rickard's father invited me to watch it at their house, but now I'm working at that time. I'm very, very sad.
Quit your job. Quit your job, Cobus.
Start your own company.
My goodness. It's time to get your priorities straight, mate.
That's right. Well, what's this?
Yeah.
Come on. You better be watching it on your phone or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh well, it's well that's the other big matchup that's happening this week that we're really keen to see. Ricky Borman's match against Wallace Dilly, and Wallace Dilly having some very strong words about competing against a child and a little boy, and this little boy is 130 kilos of Afrikaner might. So it's going to be very interesting. Will Wallace Dilly halt the Rickett Borman hype train in its tracks, or will he just simply be a stepping stone and a footnote in the Rickett Borman story on his rise to the top of the sport? It's all to unfurl that story on the 22nd as well, isn't it? 22nd of June, I believe. Is that correct? Did they also?
Yeah, they're either
22nd.
The
21st or 22nd? Same weekend.
Yeah.
Same weekend. Yeah. So we wish Rickett all the very best as he's going through those final preparations and getting ready for his trip over to Chicago. I think it might be.
Is that where they're holding it? Okay, fantastic.
Something like that, somewhere in North America. Let's say the United States, and we've got it all covered then.
Yeah.
So I think Cobus loved the video.
Yes.
Excellent.
Do you want me to play the video or not?
You can play the video if you want. Is this the Rickard Borman video?
I believe that's what he's. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
well,
one
we can
he's
always
very
play it.
excited to see.
It's an East versus West promo, but we're very generous here at AWE. We don't mind at all. So,
all right, well, I'm gonna bring it up. If you want to chat for a sec while I get it
I can
going in the
certainly,
background.
yeah, I can certainly chat. So we really are, as we mentioned before, we're absolutely hyped for the 22nd of June. But we are super excited to see Rickard Borman's debut at East versus West, and a lot of people have mentioned, that they mightn't have heard of Wallace Stilley, but he's an American strongman. He is no joke. What I do like about Wallace Stilley, and I don't know a lot about him, but what I have seen that I do like is his team, AWE fans. If you look at some of the recent videos, there's one of the young men that are there, and in his team, in his posse, are wearing AWE shirts.
Right.
Yeah, it's one of the black on red shirts. So it's a special edition AWE shirt, I think. So
I've
yeah.
never seen that shirt before. It's not one of ours.
Yeah, well, somebody's making some money out of it, so I don't mind as long as the AWE brand is out there and he's proud to wear it. God bless him. So this is the Rickard Borman hype video. So if you don't yet follow Rickard Borman, like 40,000 other people do on Facebook already, then please head over and like Rickard Borman's Facebook page. Make sure that you're staying up to date with everything Rickard Borman. Of course, he is jumping on the plane to head over to the US for his East versus West matchup versus Wallace Stilley. And if you do head over to his Facebook page and Instagram, you will see this hype video. So let's have a look right now.
East versus West 18. Buy the pay-per-view now.
Well, that was the teaser. Let me get the full video.
It's a little teaser, isn't it? It was
It
a little
is.
teaser.
And it is.
That just gives you a sense. There's another. Are you getting it from?
From your WhatsApp post here. Final revision 2,
Okay.
I believe, is the one I needed, and that's the one I'm going to open now.
There's three. I think you'll find there might be three.
Just to confuse me. Yeah, that's right. I've got it. Oh, it'll come. It's going.
It's coming. We're watching the whole back catalogue here. All Rickard Borman stuff all the time.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, it's exciting.
It's a very
I haven't
good poster, by the way. That East versus West have upped their poster game over recent times, I will say.
Well, you know who does their graphic works? Solar Run.
Sol, yes.
Yeah,
He's been long serving there at East versus West, and but I will say he stepped it up over recent
22 years old,
All right.
the pride of South Africa. Humble, gifted, God-fearing. Some say he is a once-in-a-generation athlete. Right now, Wallace Stilley stands in the way. Can Wallace Stilley stop Rickard Borman's climb? Or is Borman the sport's next big thing? East versus West, 18. Buy the pay-per-view now.
Jeez, love that accent there. Whoever did that.
I'm hyped now. Wow. Well, there is another little video there where where Wallace Stilley talks a little bit of smack. I think it's a little bit of smack. He's trying to inject a little bit of controversy and a little bit of aggro into the equation. And he's there and he's training with one of his young training partners, and expresses that perhaps. There's a child that wants to step up to the table with him, and that any child that decides to do that's basically going to get destroyed. And he seems very, very smug in this video. He seems very, very confident, and so it'd be very interesting to see what actually does happen at East versus West. But Matt's looking very confused. So if you ever see Matt angry, he's not. He's just looking for a video, or he's just concentrating. That's
right.
Matt's resting anger face.
That's right.
Revealing the seething anger within.
That's right.
So
where is it? It's here somewhere. I've got 3 that you put up earlier today. There's 2 10-second ones and one 30-second one. Is it any of that?
Oh,
Oh no,
no,
here
I
it
think
is.
it's. I think it's from
found it.
the. I
Was
think it's
this-
from a few days ago. But
Ooh, yeah, that's all right. We'll
but it doesn't matter. That's enough of that.
sure.
Well, if you want to see all of the videos, you can head over to Rickett Borman's Facebook page, his Instagram page. Definitely, that young man is on the rise. If you're already on the Rickett Borman train, then you're heading somewhere good. And if you're not yet on it, then we do say jump on. Unlike Bin Ladder here, who's picking Wallace top drawer dilly. So you're bloody watching the wrong podcast, mate. Yes, that video where Wallace is saying no child will be able to pull against him. That's the one. You've already seen it, Cobus, as a lot of the Rickett Borman fans already have. So it's a big weekend of arm wrestling. We've got the AWE event here on this side of the planet, and just over there on the other side of the planet, you've got East versus West, and massive card featuring young Rickett Borman, the AWE heavyweight champion, who's starting his climb on the biggest stage in the arm wrestling world. So we wish him all the very, very best, and to all of the fans that jump into the comments, thank you very much, and to all of the people that watch and support AWE, we love you, we thank you, and we can't wait to bring you more AWE arm wrestling tomorrow night.
Absolutely. Yeah, we can do that. Sounds good. All right. Thanks, guys.